To keep or not to keep?
Hey guys, I'm Justin.
I'm Leigh.
Together we own Horrorland Media, and we are back today with a brand new episode of To Keep or Not to Keep. This is, of course, the series where we go over everything that we've watched over the past couple of weeks, make those tough decisions of whether we are going to keep or sell. And today we've got 12 titles, so not as big as some, bigger than the last week, the last one that we did though. It's been busy. So editing Mothershucker 2, that has been happening. We finished principal filming, so everything as far as filming goes is pretty much done. We've got one or two small things left to film, but now we have to edit, and so not a lot of time for movie watching. I have been under the weather pretty much ever since we got back from flashback weekend, so that has also hindered things. Been going to bed a little bit earlier, not even turning the TV on. So most of this stuff is either stuff that we watched by myself. I've got 6 watches by myself. We have 6 watches together. We watched several of these actually at flashback weekend because their hotel actually had like where you could stream from your phone. So that was actually really nice. It was so damn busy we decided not to go out. So anyways, we'll jump right into it and start from there. So do you want to start or do you want me to start?
I don't even remember half of these, so.
Fantastic. I'll start with my stack. So first up here, I did watch Carrie 2 The Rage here from Vinegar Syndrome. This is one, Leigh probably would have been fine with this one. I've been trying to watch Vinegar Syndrome by myself because she 9 times out of 10 hates them. This one she probably would have been fine with though. Carrie 2, basically another girl. She has the same powers as Carrie in the first one, and her best friend basically has been driven to kill herself. She sleeps with this football player, and basically this football team has a book, and they're like, oh, if you sleep with this girl, it's a point. If you sleep with her, it's 2 or 3 points. And basically she's led on to think that it's more than it is. She thinks it's love. The boy's just trying to score a point. She winds up killing herself, and this friend is now left, and she has these powers. And so she kind of gets her revenge against the football team and everything. And overall, I enjoyed it. This is not a great movie, but for years I've heard how bad this movie is, that it just sucks. It's a terrible film. I have to say I actually enjoyed it. I don't necessarily agree that it needed a 4K from Vinegar Syndrome, but I did enjoy it for what it was. So for me, vote to keep.
Okay. This is one of those I do not remember. Jack-O-Slasher.
Yeah. So Jack-O-Slasher I bought. I thought it had a cool cover out of the SRS sale. And so I bought it. I gave like $3 for it. And so the mask is cool. But when I put this in, this is for those of you out there who do recreational like marijuana smoking, because this is definitely like the way that the camera angles and stuff are. It's very psychedelic is almost the way to say it. It's very strange. Not a lot happened. It's like really hard, like heavy metal music. We didn't hardly see any dialogue whatsoever. It was just kind of him walking through the corn. He's got a pumpkin mask on. He was killing people. Again, no dialogue. But then like when he kills someone, it does like this weird like.
Did we watch the whole thing?
No, we didn't.
Okay.
We watched maybe 20 minutes.
Okay.
And it was, yeah, it was pretty rough.
Sometimes I mentally block these things.
Yeah. This one was pretty rough. I mean, the effects and everything were cool. If they had have chilled out on like that weird filter and stuff that they put over it, I probably would have actually been fine with this movie. The kills and everything were cool. I just would have liked to have seen a little more dialogue and less of that like trippy camera spinning, going in circles, neon colors. For me, vote to sell on this one.
You won't hear anything from me because I don't even remember it.
I don't know why we bother. Anyways, next up, Jack Brooks Monster Slayer. This is a Blu-ray I picked up off of a I saw a guy on Instagram review this. He was talking about how fun this one was. I disagree. Robert Englund was really cool in this, I will admit. The monsters and everything were cool at the end, but this is an 85-minute movie, and before the monsters even come in kind of towards the end, you're looking at a probably 45 to 50 minutes of just dialogue and nothingness. And the people who are in this are not necessarily, they're not bad actors by any means, but they're not necessarily, you know, they're no Tom Cruises here. And so the acting is kind of a slog to get through, and it's just not that great. Robert Englund is probably the saving grace in this. His character, when he turns and everything that transpires with him is really cool. But for me, I can't save it just because of that. So for me, Jack Brooks Monster Slayer going to be a vote to sell.
Okay, next we have Creep Footage 3, Night Nurse. This was one of those short film things, right?
This was not what I thought it was going to be. When I bought this, me and Carl actually both bought this at the Nashville Horror Con, and we were not told that it was a short. If we were, I completely missed that. But not only is it a short, but it's just pictures. It's like pictures, and they have like the Texas Chainsaw, like the picture camera, you know, the sound. They have that, and then it's like words up on the screen and a voice reading them. And I mean, it does give a story, but it's like, I think 20-something minutes, I think. Just not what I expected. I don't really know what I expected, but for me, I really didn't care for this one. This is just not my style of movie. If you're into that kind of this style, I mean, it's probably cool, you know, if you're into that. But for me, not being into it took me out of it from the beginning. I couldn't get into the story because I wasn't into the way, the style of film that it was. For me, unfortunately, vote to sell. And next up for me, 5 Dead on the Crimson Canvas. So this is a DeGalzer video, Vinegar Syndrome partner label, you know, side label, whatever you want to call it, sub label, I guess. So this is a weird one. For me, what I saw of this movie, the movie itself was actually pretty cool. The story and everything, I've seen a lot of people calling this like a hidden gem. Oh, this is a fantastic release. The story, from what I saw, was cool. The kills, from what I saw, was cool. The issue I had with this, and Vinegar Syndrome plainly tells you, so I'm not even faulting them for this on this release, there was like very few surviving elements, so they had to take this from like the best surviving element that there was. I couldn't hardly watch this because of the quality. Not the film itself. The quality of this just took me way out of it. This is like watching a 60s movie that was recorded on like the first VHS ever made. It's extremely bad. And for me, I hate to say that I'm going to have to sell this one, but like this is one, the camera's jittery, it's got the VHS runs and stuff in it. While the story was cool and I would love to keep this one, I would never watch this again and it would collect dust on my shelf because of just the quality of it. So, I mean, this is like, I've seen Super 8 like home videos of like my family and stuff that look better than this. It's just, when this film was made, the elements and stuff were not taken care of, and no one thought that this would ever be released 30 years from now, and so they didn't care, which really sucks because, like I said, this was a really cool film. But for me, vote to sell.
Okay, next up we have Night of the Dead Sorority Babes. I don't really remember much about this one either.
Yeah,
Did you watch all this?
No. This one was the one.
Does this have Jess in it?
Yes.
That's why.
So, this one, basically, these sorority girls, they all get together and they basically have a house mother. I guess, I don't know what you call a sorority, a house mother, I think. Yeah. And she's like putting them through all these tests. She's making them drink and...
Basically hazing.
Yeah, pretty much. And there's like these two older... I don't know if they like started the sorority or exactly what, but they're in there. I don't know. This movie, again, it had a ton of dialogue. It was basically just girls walking around in their panties and t-shirts and having dialogue and drinking. And we watched about 30 minutes of this. I wound up skipping like 2 or 3 chapters, and lo and behold, it was the same thing. I didn't really see a lot of kills in this one. I don't know if this one kind of builds and everyone kind of gets killed at the end. I really don't know. Again, like I said, when I bought these, if you guys watched the update last month, I don't normally buy films like this, but again, trying to help a fellow, independent filmmaker out. His DVDs were cheap. I knew that he hadn't sold very much because none of us sold very much that weekend. And so me and Carl were like, yeah, sure, we'll try them. But for me, again, another vote to sell. It just didn't have much substance to the actual film itself, I didn't feel like. So this title is kind of a cheat, and it's Zombie Flesh Eaters, the 4K from Arrow. I did not watch all of this one, as I don't typically. We just watched this not too awful long ago for the podcast, Welcome to Horrorland. So I didn't go back and rewatch all this one. I did watch the shark scene. I did watch the splinter to the eye scene. And I have to say, this 4K does look amazing. It looks really, really good. I put it in my PlayStation 5. Looks great. Definitely worth the upgrade. If you guys haven't seen Zombie, I'm not going to go into the synopsis of the film. We have an episode here of Welcome to Horrorland where we go over it. Find that here on the channel. You can always check that out. Or there's 1,000,001 other reviews, and I'm sure there's 1,000,001 other YouTubers out there that actually have reviewed this 4K since it's been out. All I can say is that to my eye, personally, it looked really good. I'm happy with the upgrade. Vote to keep.
Alright, next is Mac and Me.
This will be the divider. So Mac and Me is one of those we've watched in Chicago. I found it, and I don't think Leigh cared about it.
I mean, it wasn't the worst movie I've ever seen.
Something.
Before it started, I thought, okay, it's going to be something like E.T. And, I mean, it kind of was similar. But, I don't know. The characters were, yeah.
I mean, think of it like a low-budget E.T. kind of. I mean, Mac is the alien, and he comes to Earth, and he kind of gets separated from his family, and he's trying to find his way back, and he winds up, friending this boy in a wheelchair. And you've got all these secret government agencies looking for him because they know that there's an alien life form on Earth. And, I mean, this is not a good movie. It is one that simply, while Leigh gives me crap about it, I have pretty much the rest of the line. I don't hate Mac and Me. But it was one that when it came out, I was like, I've got the rest of the VSUs minus the two that we went over, Six String Samurai and Showgirls. I was like, I've got the rest. I'll get this one. I don't hate the movie. So for me, I mean, it'll be a vote to keep. It's a stretch to keep it. But again, it's just kind of the completionist trying to get, that whole line. And I don't hate the movie. But, think of it like a low-budget E.T. And if E.T. is a 10, think of this like a 5 or maybe even a 4.
4.
I mean, this too, the big thing, it being on 4K, you can really see like the rubber suits. You can see every little nook and cranny in them, and like some places they didn't paint, or maybe it's deteriorating. Like I said, not everything deserves to be on 4K. But for me, Mac and Me, vote to keep.
I mean, does it matter what I think? Not really, so.
Next up, before we have a domestic dispute on camera, Monkey Shines. So I did get this one from Scream Factory. I've heard about this movie for years, but I've actually never seen it. And I'll probably get a lot of hate for this, but I didn't enjoy it. I didn't love it. Basically, this one is this very fit, athletic guy. He has everything. He has a beautiful girlfriend. He's popular with in the athletics and everything. He winds up going out running one morning, and a dog kind of lunges at him from out behind like a brick wall, and he winds up kind of diverting to miss the dog and winds up getting hit by an oncoming truck, and it paralyzes him basically from the neck down. And so kind of as a gift, his friend who works in this lab gives him a monkey, and the monkey has basically been given human brain tissue in an experiment. And so this monkey becomes smart, and it starts basically carrying out this guy's desires, or I don't know if desires is the right word, but his thoughts, I guess. So like his girlfriend that he had, she winds up leaving him for the doctor that saves his life. And so like he hates her for it, and he hates the doctor that saves his life for it. And so you can kind of put two and two together. The monkey kind of takes care of that. This one though, there's a lot of other movies in this same vein that do it a lot better in my opinion. This one was pretty slow. We just watched Link not too awful long ago. Like Link I thought was a much better movie than this as well. I hate to do it, but for me, vote to sell. Didn't love it.
So proud of you.
Yay!
Next is Final Destination Bloodlines. It actually, surprisingly, most of the time like sequels as they go on are not good. I will say I did enjoy this film. they did a decent job trying to tie it together, I feel like. Even though I won't say it all 100% made sense, I think this is one we probably will have to rewatch to try to pick up more small pieces that maybe
Easter eggs that they put in there.
Yeah. But I mean, overall, I thought it was a really good film. They put a lot of thought definitely into how to play it out and carry it out to tie it all back together. So,
yeah, I would agree. My only gripe with this film was some of the effects in it, some of the kills, they looked a little dated, even though this is a new movie. But at the same time, a film like this, when the ways you're dying are so outlandish and so wild, how do you make those look realistic? So, I mean, that's a small gripe from me. I really enjoyed the movie. Like she said, if you pay close attention, there's a book. I won't ruin anything since it's a newer movie. But there is a book. There's drawings and things in the book. If you kind of pay attention to those drawings, you'll catch some Easter eggs from some of the other Final Destinations that, again, kind of help tie everything together.
yeah.
For me, I did enjoy it, but there is one thing that I wish, and I hope that this is the last one. This was a phenomenal send-off for Tony Todd, who has now passed away, and I just don't think that there's any reason to keep these going. You've given us a good bookend with the beginning. You gave us a phenomenal sequel, which the sequel, in my opinion, is better than part one. And then I feel like you gave us a phenomenal bookend that kind of ends the whole thing. It wraps them all together. It ties it up nicely and puts a bow on top. Let this be the end. Because I'm scared if they make another one, it's just going to not be as good and you're going to diminish it. So I hope that this is the last one, but that's not the last one because it sucks. I hope it's the last one because I feel like this is a good end to the trilogy, to the series. So for me, vote to keep.
Okay.
All right. So next up is the last watch by me alone, and that is Ghoulies 3, The Ghoulies Go to College. I don't even know what to say about this. This is a phenomenally stupid movie, if that makes sense. I had a ton of fun with this one. Basically, part 1 and 2, you have a spell book. This one, the Ghoulies have been vanquished to a comic book. A guy basically reads the comic book while sitting on the toilet at the beginning, and the ghoulies come out of the toilet, and that's where they're vanquished back to. And anyways, basically this professor at this college winds up getting possession of this comic book, and he reads the spell that's in it, and the ghoulies are born, and he basically controls the ghoulies. And these two fraternities are in the middle of prank week where they're pranking each other, and this professor despises this week, and so he basically sends the ghoulies out to do his bidding, and they kind of ramp up the pranks, and if they are going to shock somebody when they open a door, then the ghoulies will go and like amp it up, and it'll actually like electrocute them, like stuff like that. The ghoulies can talk in this one, which I thought was kind of both cool and stupid. But again, as horror progressed after part 1 and 2, where did you go with part 3? They talk, and just the puns and the one-liners. There's 3 ghoulies, and so they are slapstick, much like the Three Stooges. You've got 2 of them that are dumb, and then you have kind of like your fish ghoulie, or whatever they call him, and he's kind of like, the leader, and he'll slap them around and slap them in the heads and tell them how stupid they are. And overall, I enjoyed it. For me, Ghoulies 3 is going to be a vote to keep.
All right, the last one is Drop. To me, this is definitely not a horror. It's more of a thriller, suspense type movie.
Totally.
Very, very good. I didn't know, with it being mostly filmed kind of in, basically 2 locations is really all that they used. But it was very, very good. I would definitely watch it again. And basically this single mom finally gets talked into going on a blind date, and they go to this, I don't know, sky top bar somewhere to do like a fancy dinner, and she keeps getting all these they're called drops, but it's like an app on your phone, and it keeps going off, and it's telling her to do things. And they've got her son and her sister held hostage at her house, and it shows her that on her cameras. And It was, I mean, it was a long movie, but it was, I don't know, it kept it entertaining. I'll say that.
Yeah, there's not a lot of what I would consider action in this one. So yeah, it's mostly story, but like she said, it's very enjoyable. It's not like it was too long or it wasn't enjoyable. There's just not like a lot of things happening in between. It's pretty much do this, and if she doesn't do it, in a lot of movies it's like do this or the train will explode, right? Like this one doesn't do that. It doesn't take that approach. But really good, really enjoyable. Two relative unknowns. I've never seen the two main characters in anything else before, so that's usually, that's a really good thing. The only thing I wish, and again I'm going to try to say this without giving too much away, but I wish that the payoff that we got, I wish she had known them more.
Yeah.
That's the only thing. It's kind of like a loose end, like she don't really know who's doing it, and I kind of wish there had been some mingling. There's a whole backstory with something that has happened in her past, and I kind of wish that maybe they had tied those two together a little better. But again, the fact that they didn't doesn't hurt this movie necessarily. It's just something I would have liked to have seen. I think it would have made the ending pop a little more, made it a little more memorable.
And I do think we've seen him in something else, but I don't know what it is.
I mean, it's possible. I don't remember him, but that don't mean nothing.
Yeah, I don't know.
But yeah, Blumhouse, I mean, they are killing it. I mean, a lot of these horror films are things that are being considered horror this year, and even at the end of last year, we're just knocking it out. Again, I keep talking about it, but you've got Hard Eyes, which was absolutely phenomenal. This was really good. You had Final Destination, which was really good. We've had others throughout the year that we've watched that have been really good. So, definitely, I think horror is back on the rise. I think we're still getting Conjuring, we're still getting those things, but I think we're starting to see a different kind of horror reemerge. It does that every, 5 to 10 years, somewhere around in there, and I am so thankful for that because I am so tired of just the possession and ghost stories. But anyways, back to Drop, I vote to keep. I thought it was really good. So, yeah. So that's going to do it for this one. That's 6 keeps, 6 sales. We'll go back over the sales. So we do have Monkey Shines, the 4K. We have Night of the Dead Sorority Babes. 5 Dead on the Crimson Canvas. Creep Footage 3, Night Nurse. Jack Brooks Monster Slayer. And Jacko Slasher. So those are the 6 sales. Again, you can get those at Horrorland Media at a convention whenever you see us until they sell. So our next convention is not until October for Scarefest. But that's going to be a big one, so I'll make sure that all 6 of these make their way into the tote and make their way to Lexington, Kentucky with us. So as always, we appreciate you guys tuning in. Hopefully next time we'll have a few more watches. Like I said, it's just been busy. Kids have gotten back in school. Again, trying to get Mothershucker 2 finished. We do all the editing in-house, so once we film it, we're not done. We have to turn around and edit it too, and that is a very lengthy process, so we are working on that. Hopefully, I'm hoping, fingers crossed, at the time of filming this, we don't have a 100% exact plan, but I'm hoping to have our Mothershucker 2 Welcome to Horrorland episode up later this week. We haven't filmed it yet, but I'm hoping that we can get together later this week and do that. So hopefully end of the week we'll have that up for you guys. After that though, I do have to say I think the plan is finish editing on Mothershucker 2. I do think the YouTube thing is going to take kind of a back seat. Hopefully we'll be able to come back around the 1st of September and be back with our horror hound haul. I had to think of it. We've decided to take Ava with us this year, and of course Carl is going as well, so that ought to be an exciting and fun trip, one that I may come back with more gray hair than I left with, but regardless, it will be fun, and that'll probably be our return date, so we won't have to go long, maybe 2.5, 3 weeks, something like that, but just kind of as a little update so that you guys know out there watching this, we may not be uploading content every week like we are right now, but that break will be short-lived. I promise we will come back, and if we can come back before that, we will. But my main focus right now is Mothershucker 2 and getting it all cinched up and ready for you guys in October. So with that being said, we appreciate all of you tuning in. If you have a specific video you want to watch, drop those comments down below. I promise, I keep saying it, Barcode, we are working on your French Extreme movies. Again, we still have to watch those. I've only seen like High Tension, I haven't seen Martyrs and stuff like that, so I have to go back and rewatch all those. Again, we've just been super busy. But when we come back after the break, that will be one of the first films. We will be working on those while we're taking this little break. So that'll be one of the first videos we get up once we come back. But aside from that, if you have another video you want to see, drop that in the comments down below. Go to the website, pick you up a copy of Mothershucker and Twisted Gables, and follow us on all the social medias listed down below as well. So again, we appreciate you guys tuning in. Hopefully we'll catch you later this week with Welcome to Horrorland with that Mothershucker 2 cast announcement video. We can't wait to do that. So we'll catch you later, and hopefully we'll be back, another To Keep or Not to Keep in 2 weeks or so. Hopefully we can keep these going if I can get enough stuff watched. Time remains an issue. So we will see. But anyways, we appreciate you guys tuning in. We'll catch you next time.
To keep or not to keep.